But yeah, I mean, I'm not like shitting on like cold countries like Russia or like the fucking Scandinavian countries for having like bland food. Like if you can't grow any spices, no one's expecting you to have flavorful food. But it just is, it is, you know. And it's pretty dog shit, which is sad because they all look the same. Dude, there's so much good hummus out there. Or you could make your own hummus. I'm a hummus slut. I love hummus. Oh my god, I'm getting a little bit twitchy at the moment even thinking about it. England is a cold country most of the time. Yeah, I asked one of my friends went to England last summer and I was like, "Oh, was the food as bad as everyone says it was?" And he was like, "No, it was fire." And I'm like, "Really?" And he's like, "Yeah, cuz I only ate Chinese and Indian food. And since they have a lot of Chinese and Indian immigrants, that food was great." And I'm like, "What about like the local cuisine?" He's like, "Ew. I didn't touch that shit." And I'm just like, okay, you know, that's a fair analysis, I guess. God damn. uh, but it pisses me off when hummus looks like it'll be good, but it's shit. Yeah, you gotta know like what brands to get through. Though I and everything, but they're oh my god, I like hummus with kale. Chinese food was great in London. Yeah, I mean any place that has like a high immigrant population of insert her people will here people always be fire. Hummus with your fries, hummus on toast, hummus with an egg, hummus with everything. Eat non-local food. Yeah, I still my British exchange student friend, and she's half British, half Indian. Still, one thing that shakes me to my core to this day, besides her stealing a pumpkin by putting it in her titty, um, was how she said she liked British food more than Indian food. And I was like, are you mentally ill, bitch? And she was not ashamed of being Indian at all. Like, she was very proud of it. It wasn't like one of those things. So I was so confused. Chinese food seems the same everywhere, don't at me. It doesn't. You probably just haven't had real Chinese food. You probably just had like orange chicken or like Americanized Chinese food. Turkish in Berlin is great, and I love like Middle Eastern, West Asian food. I don't think I ever go outside for British food. Nah, she's wrong for that. She is wrong for that. I'm like, okay, so what like British food is like the best thing ever? That's better than any Indian food. And she's like, a Scotch egg. And I was like, the fuck is a Scotch egg? So I Googled it. I'm like, okay, like it doesn't look bad, but like, are you really telling me that's better than like every like rice dish you have? Like, it's not. It's not. How she hide a pumpkin there? It was a baby pumpkin, but she was robbing our school's farmer market. You know, fish and chips. India's crazy spices. That's why it's fire. But I'm like, what is wrong with her? Like, what is mentally wrong with her? And like, she's really into cooking, and she had a food Instagram. We're like cool still. We'll like reply to each other's stories every now and then, but we don't like talk like that. But I used to comment on her food Instagram all the time just to fucking roast the shit out of it, because I feel like she's like not, even though she's really into cooking and like I think she's a good baker, I don't think she was that good at cooking and stuff. So she'd like just to be like petty since we're friends, she post a bowl like, oh, like this is my sushi bowl. I'd be like, you bitch, what is that? Go eat some, what the fuck do British people eat? I don't know, haggis or some shit. She'd been colonized. What's your favorite cuisine? I mean, my favorite cuisine is Viet cuisine because I'm biased, and also I feel like you know, like you eat the most of your own cuisine growing up, so you understand its diversity the best. But aside from Viet cuisine, I love Japanese food and I love Thai food. And oh, I like other Asian foods too. Like I like Korean food a good amount. I like Chinese food a good amount. I like Afghani food a lot. I like Indian food, but it fucks my stomach up. Yeah, spicy. For me, it's Turkish. What is Viet food like? A lot of fresh herbs, a lot of like bright, citrusy, aromatic flavors, a lot of variety in proteins, more noodle based than rice based, a lot of soups. Japanese, after that, it's Viet. Let's go. Thai food is amazing. Oh, I'm gonna start getting fucking horny thinking about Thai food. Is so fucking good. Holy shit. Because the depth of flavor with the herbs is so amazing. Full English breakfast a lot. Seems too heavy though. Beef, cucumber sandwiches, beef Wellington, Yorkshire pudding, and tea every day. I mean, I love tea, but like they need more variety in tea. Made the food Thai level spicy. Is pho Viet? Yes, that is our national dish. Sunday roasts are dope. But no, yeah, Thai food is like, it's so fucking like if you go to a real, that's the issue when you go to a Thai restaurant. You don't know if they're operating on like white people levels to appeal to the American masses, or if they're operating on real Thai spice levels. Because even I would definitely say I have a above average spice tolerance for sure. But like I probably couldn't even handle like a real Thai like 2.5. But then if it's like on a white people scale, I'll ask for like a 4. How are you? I'm good. Stole that shit? Exactly. But Viet food has a hint of French cuisine. It has a hint of French cuisine, but I feel like the way that like some colonizing ass like food YouTube channels love to talk about it, they're like, oh, it's so deeply ingrained in French cuisine. Like, it's really not. There's yes, like, we took a baguette and we made it better. We took their coffee and we made it better. But like, there's plenty of dishes that are pretty much untouched. Tell me a Thai dish to get. I really like pad see ew. Is my favorite noodle dish, and then my favorite curry is the Penang curry. To Thai food. Why can't some people eat spicy food? They just don't have the genes for it. Hot ones. Oh, the hot wing show? Maybe. So what's habanero on those scales? No, habanero is not much for like Thai food. I feel like Thai food is like authentic Thai food. All my friends who've been to Thailand have said this, and then every time I've been to like a actually authentic Thai restaurant, it fucks you. Like I told you guys, my immaculate conception, when I for some reason for like 2 months didn't get my period despite being celibate, which I never have that issue ever, and it got triggered literally the night I ate some incredibly spicy Thai food. It killed the baby Jesus inside of me. Pao Krapao is bomb. Drunken noodles, yeah. Thai level or American level, yeah. I can handle spice well. I mean, yeah, you're South Asian, so that makes sense. I do feel bad for people who can't handle spice well because it really closes off the door of like so many cuisines. Abortion hack. I think pho in US is better than Vietnam for me. I think it's hard for me to say pho because since I live in the US, I've had so much more pho in the US than Vietnam. But you know where you should never order pho? Listen to me if you guys are traveling. Korea. Never order pho in Korea. It's fucking disgusting. Every Viet person I know has said that as well that's been to Korea. It's fucking foul. They don't have like many Viet people over there to make it. That was internal bleeding, bitch. It wasn't your period. No, it was my period, trust me. Because you don't know this because you don't have a coochie and some ovaries. But period blood is not like regular blood. I will not elaborate, but anyone here who is a woman knows what I'm saying. Levels, whether it's an option. Hello, dweeb. Made you bleed from the inside. Fucking disgusting. So I've had some mid-pho in London. Every time I have mid-pho, it just makes me so sad because especially when I go out for pho, it's like a lot of times when I'm really like in pain and I just want to be soothed by the beautiful nourishing bone broth. That video I sent you, I haven't had time, but I shall. Would vampires taste the difference? Totally. It tastes different. Y'all are sick. I mean, it's not solely blood. It's also uterine lining. So that makes sense. It's like boba. No, I'm kidding. I'm trying to think at what time I should make my little mixy drink. I think it's still a little bit early to do that right now. Tried pho in Korea and said it was terrible. Exactly. I've never met a bitch who liked pho in Korea. My friend who lives in Korea, when she came back here for a month to visit, she was getting pho like every day. What cocktail are you making? I'm literally just making a vodka soda because that's what I have. And also that's been my go-to lately because it's not like as bad for you, low in calorie, no the lack of sugar, because I get sugar headaches pretty easily. So yeah. Haven't found a good place, sadly. Why did I tune in right after eating? Lol. Thai food and habaneros both orbit around the 300 Scoville. I've heard of that scale, but I'm not hip to it. I really like spicy food. I really like spicy food, but I don't. Okay, this is what Ashley is like, and I know some other people like this. You know those people that will literally like eat spicy food to the point they like shit blood or they throw up? I don't like that level of spicy. And then these people think it's a flex on you, so they're just like, oh my god, you can't handle like a 5 out of 5 on like the Thai food scale. I'm like, no. I like spicy food, but I want to taste my food. Like, I eat food for the purpose of, sustenance and enjoyment. I don't want to just taste like motherfucking pain and then go shit out blood. Like, that's not a flex, bitch. Go have fun, because I'm not doing that shit. A belt on a shirt, indeed. I love sweet shit. Yeah, it's fine, I'm gonna read this message like this. Oh, pop off. But yeah, those people, I feel like they're masochists. Is that the term? Like, they just like putting themselves through suffering. Like, if something is so spicy that it makes my eyes water just by looking at it, I'm not going to eat it. You can't enjoy it. Yeah. I like a certain level of pain. Insane high spice. I always get scolded that I'm flexing. Well, I can imagine that too, Fat Horse, because you're in Germany. So, like, I can't imagine there being a lot of people with, like, really good spice tolerances. But I enjoy spicy now, really. Are you pescatarian? No, I eat pretty much all things. I mean, I'm allergic to dairy, so I don't eat a lot of dairy. But yeah, I did a pescatarian trial run for 1 week as a kid because my childhood best friend was a pescatarian. And she's a really cool person. Though one thing that annoyed me is that like I get that she was better than me for like eating less animal protein than me, but she acted like she ate none. And I was like, all right, you're a pescatarian. I know that them fish still be feeling shit too. Helps neutralize. Hello, Miguel. Doing well. Pepper is too much for people here. What is like, so if I ever went to Germany, Fat Horse, what would I order? Like, what would be a fire dish? Actual taste of habanero. And Trinidad scorpion? Is that a type of pepper or is it like really a scorpion? I know people eat scorpion some places. Cheers. Fish don't feel nothing. They do. A lot of fish do, for sure. What the name? It's that glowing in your face. These are like little rhinestones, little gemstones. Holy shit. Look at Big Boy in the back. Look how fat he is. Beer. Okay, I don't like beer though. I actually actively hate beer. My friends were drinking beer yesterday at dinner and I was just sitting there watching them. And Joy was like, oh my god, I'm surprised you're not drinking, Serena. I'm like, yeah, well, when the only thing to drink is beer, I'll be fucking sober. Hasbullah being canceled? I had no idea. I barely just learned what he was. Put in our Nook Mom. Holy fucking shit. Thank you, Legend Forever. Interesting, Miguel. Trinidad Scorpion is a pepper eating stream, except that would be far too painful. Learned what he was. Yeah, I'm not super hip to memes, okay? Sometimes I'm like a fucking old person. Let me just rock back and forth in my seat like I'm doing right now. Like, I've definitely heard the term Hasbullah before, but I just wasn't like hip. Also, haven't said this in a while. Command census. Fill out the census. Partake in democracy. Oktoberfest. I went to Oktoberfest here. I told you guys I had to get escorted out by the police for being silly. But like, I just did it for fun. Yes, I know, Miguel. It's not a cool fact. I don't like hearing about my parents. It makes me want to kill myself. But my parents are divorced. Hip hip hooray. Schnitzel, the original tonkatsu. White sausage. He's a little cutie, but he's in his 30s probably. Interesting. The fact gets repeated so much here. I know, we weren't even on the topic. Just said my name. Where the cops are easy going with you. I mean, we weren't doing anything that bad. I was just really fucked up, and me and my friend were trying to go down the European super slide for free because we didn't conceptualize that it costs $4 to slide. Because why would it cost $4 to slide when the entrance fee to Oktoberfest was already $45? That's a fucking scam. So we were just like, why can't we slide? And they just like walked us out. Yeah. He smacked his cat. I hope only in a good consensual way. Like, my cats love butt smacks, but obviously I don't like actually smack them to hurt them or anything like that. Bigger cats, they like being pet kind of rough because if you just like do this to them, they don't know what the fuck you're doing. Someone here shares name with me. Oh, okay, I think I know your name then. What does the European super slide sound like? A sex act? It does. It literally does. And what made the slide? It was just one of those like tin slides they have at like fairs and carnivals, right? Where you get like a little wool or fake wool mat and you sit on it. You just go wee, you just go down. And I already went down it once. Like, why? I get it's Oktoberfest and Oktoberfest is a German thing, but why does it have to be the European super slide? Nothing made it European. It was just a motherfucking slide. That's another thing that confused my drunk mind. I will not. Dressing up for Oktoberfest sounds fun. I just dressed up like slutty academia, per se. My friend Kisu sent me here. Oh my god, TK Cards. Hello. I'm literally going to see him later today because I'm going with his group to see Keshi. Hello, Dilly. How are you doing? Dr. Dilly69. That's an interesting name. It reminds me of the word diddle, which is one of my favorite vocabulary words. Though it probably shouldn't be. Give him my regards. Yes, I know, Miguel. You've told me many times. Such an early stream. Keshi with him. Yeah. One of his friends in his group last minute dropped out, and he was like, do you want a ticket? And I was like, sure. Such an early stream indeed. I saw Keshi in London a couple months back. How do you guys feel about Keshi music? I feel like it's good, but it all sounds the same, right? Like, just hearing a snippet of a Keshi song, you're not going to differentiate that much. You're going to see not Kesha, Keshi. Travis is awesome. Keshi is great. Okay, you're a fan. So if someone was falling off a cliff, Kisu/Travis or Keshi, who would you save, Dilly? He's married. Keshi's married? I thought he just had a girlfriend. Very specific vibe. I enjoyed a lot. Yeah, it does still sound the same, but I like it. I have no idea who Keshi is. He's a relatively popular singer. Look him up. Just look it up. Who's better, Kesha or Keshi? I mean, I guess Kesha was more iconic, but I definitely would rather listen to Keshi now than Kesha. For so long, I didn't even know Keshi was Viet either. Like, I guess, woo, Vietnamese artists represent. He's V. I know he is V. He has like a spouse for a minute. Like I know he's had the same. It's just like a joke because he literally makes like all this depressing sad boy like I got broken up with, I'm gonna kill myself music. But then apparently he's had like the same girlfriend forever, which is like good for him I guess, but kind of random honestly. I'm like damn, where you get that energy from? You listen to his albums? Oh, okay, cheese. I'm listening to his most popular song as we speak. Which song is that? We will see. It's like nice in a chill way. Like when you're, that vibe when you're like, it's nighttime, you're driving with your friends on the highway. You guys are kind of tired and you're just like sitting there like marinating in the juices of each other's presence. Like maybe like guzzling some water or something. Someone might put on some Keshi and you're like, oh yeah. And you might have like a slow, lackluster, calming conversation. No, he's a singer, not a rapper. He's a super cheater. I hope not. Look at my pal. Caitlin reached out. Kisu said something about something on Wednesday, but we can just talk about it later. Very specific. Friend juice. Why marinating and guzzling juices though? Well, I drink a lot of water, as Joy knows, and water is a part of my my social life. So yeah. Keshi, a good cat name. He has some good high energy songs too if you want to heat up the marinade. Good to know. You know what I'm afraid of at the Keshi concert though? I know there's gonna be so many sad boys because his music is known for like sad boy music, right? That's like his thing. And then there's gonna be so many fucking like horny couples who are probably just gonna be like locked onto each other like this with like their foreheads against each other, just diddling each other in the middle of the venue. So we will see how that goes. I listened to the song Limbo. It was meh. I'm not really a big fan of Limbo. What Keshi? I like Beside You. I think that's a pretty good song. I like Nikki more. I mean, that makes sense, especially because she's Indonesian. But yeah. It's in London. I don't think I've ever seen so many Asians. Yeah. Apparently people are lining up like hours before. Like it opens at 8 and people are lining up at 4. But I'm just going to jump into wherever my group is. Good from his new album. What does dill even mean? It's like a less aggressive way of saying like touch in a not good way. Oh no, happy couples, I despise them. I don't despise happy couples. I just despise aggressively horny people in public, happy or not. Single set Asian fuckboys love Keshi and they're usually from Cali. Yeah, fondle. I guess so. Yeah, I guess fondle could be a synonym for diddle. But diddle's like funnier sounding. But yeah, I know that there's gonna be like fucking 1,000 dudes there, 1,000 Viet dudes there with a black t-shirt and a chain that just went through a breakup and they're depressed. Can we have our forehead locked? Boy, please. If you see something that's super cringe, please share it. Oh, I always do. When are you going? Like later tonight, like after stream. I told them I'd be there by 6. 5. That's why you guys are gonna see me make my little pre-cocktail on stream. Just a little one. I'm obviously not gonna get like hammered for the concert, especially because it's a Monday too. But like, I think it'll be nice to have a little bev, right? Like I don't want to go there sober. Find your future boyfriend at a Keshi concert? That's too embarrassing. Oh my god. Are Joji boys different than Keshi boys? Oh, totally. Joji boys are like, they're like less like ABB, like Kevin Wing, raver fuckboys, and they're more just like they're like sad, soft, manipulative boys. Hope you have a good time, as do I. Damn, Lychee, Manifest. Joji boys are better. I like Joji's music better than Keshi for sure. So you see the results of the consensus. So the census we're not going over today. We're going to do it in about a week. I just want to leave it up for a while to get a lot of responses. Actually, out of curiosity, let's see how many census responses we got. Kevin Win, as you guys would say. Joji boys are also fans of Pink Eye. That's kind of weird. Keith a good Riz coach for that thingy Wednesday. A Riz coach? Oh my god. I apparently am very good at Riz, because one of Joy and I's friends, he's never gone a Hinge match before. He's never super tried, but he's never gotten a successful Hinge match in his life. And then I was sending out likes for him yesterday and like doing the commentary, and I got him his first ever Hinge match. So that bitch owes me. Teehee. Wow, 14 responses already. Spicy. Wonder what vibe has influenced me more. I'm not a fan of Pink Eye, nor am I. That says a lot about their community. Yeah, isn't that like Minx or something like that? That's pretty good Riz. Thank you. It wasn't even like really hardcore Riz. It just like he has like a, I guess what some people might think is an awkward, charming person, but the motherfucker cannot text for shit. So I was just like, let me see if I can do this. So your face is Riz. I don't know if that counts as a Riz though. South and East Asian doesn't matter. Yeah, wait, there is. I put South Asian, and then I put East Asian, then I also put no, because we're doing race, like just race. So like South Asian, East Asian are all classed as Asian, right? We can get more specific, but I'm not trying to put like every single region or ethnicity on the census. So we're just doing Asian, Black, White, mixed race, Indigenous, you know, but not Hispanic, because people are gonna bitch about it, and I don't want to put too many things. Just do it. Glimpse of ass. He's too immature to text people. He is too immature to text people. I feel like the girl that I got to reply to him, it's gonna fumble, honestly, but whatever. At least I did it for a time, so it's okay. Hello, Snackdoc. Snackdoc, thanks for the sub. I appreciate it. But yes, because you can be like a white Hispanic, you can be Black Hispanic. At that point, just class yourself as your race. I feel like South and East are pretty significant blocks you can distinguish by. I agree, but then if I distinguish by South, East, and Southeast Asian, then people are going to be like, oh, why didn't you make distinctions within white? Why didn't you make distinctions within Black? And I just don't want to deal with it, so it's fine. I get it, you know, like race perception, race definitions are complicated, and there is some overlap, like you can be Middle Eastern, you could also put yourself in Asian a lot of the times. Distinction within white, yeah. 2 or more races, yes, just read it. It literally says it right there. Italian or French? I'll be Team Italy, because you know France is my trigger word. When I was working for the actual census in 2020, it's not an issue for me. Yeah, I know. Out here erasing identities. Oh, bitch, please. But yeah, it's like so many people last time, they're like, you didn't put my exact mixture of like white and indigenous. I'm like, I just click 2 or more, please God. Oh, it's followage, Mr. Big Cat. I like your name. UK Asian means South Asian, but North America means East Asian. Exactly, yeah. Or Southeast Asian, depending. Like, I would say as a Southeast Asian person, when you're like a Southeast Asian person closer to East Asia, you kind of get grouped in. Like, Thailand gets grouped in more, like Vietnam will get grouped in, but then maybe like Indonesia, Malaysia, they get like pushed out per se. What's gonna happen? I'll die. France, don't say it. Don't say Baguette, I'll die. I like the cut question. I'm glad. No, stop. Please. I was thinking of putting 2 races and I remembered you said I'm white. I mean, you are white. Your DNA is fully from Europe, sir. I can't comprehend this problem. You got jokes, I do. Different ethnicities that live in Malaysia. Exactly. Like, it's a very complicated thing. There's no way I can write it out to appease everyone. I'm just trying to make it like more simple and everything. But I am excited. Fill out the chat census. Not only do we have fun, normal demographic questions, we also have overly comically aggressive non-demographic questions. Because, you know, I really want to know my chat. Like, we have, you know, do you want kids? Are you a virgin? Can you ride a bike? Do you want to be a cuck? Where do you lay on the political spectrum? You know, a lot of who's your favorite mod? Awesome good shit. Wait, who said you weren't? I'm just erasing everyone. Yeah, I'm actually erasing every single identity ever. None of you have them. Mm-hmm. I don't. We're just all one people. Whatever the joke is. Questions, but I don't know. Vote me for favorite mod. Where do you think you got your sense of humor from? From my traumatic childhood, of course. I'm Viet too. Shut up, bitch. On time. You see, everyone's telling Culture they put him as favorite mob, but it's not like it's anonymous form, so it's not like you can prove that. Like Culture, they're probably just fucking lying to you. But no, yeah, I would say I personally think W childhood trauma, W childhood trauma. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like if you've had like a trying younger life, you can sometimes it'll just make you really depressed. But I feel like if you work through it and you come out of it stronger, it makes you funnier. Right? A strong bond. Wow, thank you, Embers. Thank you. Like, I'm not, of course, I think it's beautiful and lovely when I see kids grow up and they have like a super happy family and they're like not traumatized. And I, would want that. Of course, I want better for my own children. So I'd want that for my kids in the future. But like, low key, some of those people be boring as shit. That's why all my homies almost all have horrible home lives. Thank you, Lonesome Cowboy. Milk tea, but I stayed for Cultured. I'm mega traumatized. Hello, Josh. What is up? Should fill out the chat census, command census. That's the only mod I think I've directly interacted with. He's also very cool. Is he holding you at gunpoint? But yeah. So I think it makes you funnier. Because I think that one thing about experiencing like a traumatic childhood sometimes is that like you kind of, it can sometimes give you almost, if anything, a slightly more positive outlook on life, like positive realistic, which is what I feel like my outlook on life is, because you can be like, damn, I went through all that shit, like all that shitty shit. So like now sometimes the smaller things that happen to you that aren't as bad in comparison, they don't seem as bad. You can kind of just like laugh them off or like make a joke about them. Mine's taro, maybe just like a classic milk tea. You know, he complied with my demands. And I hate the world. Well, that fucking sucks for you. I don't hate the world, I vibe. An obstacle is often a stepping stone. Wise words, young sir. The do you have a mental illness question is so rigged. It's not. A mental illness is like, are you diagnosed with anxiety? Are you diagnosed with depression? I'm just curious. I can't answer. I think I do, but I'm not diagnosed. Why not? I put that question in the census and I gave 3 options. Yes, I'm diagnosed. No, but I think I do, even though I'm not diagnosed. And no. You can answer it whatever you want. Thank you, Maleva. Sorry if I'm butchering your name. Also, excuse me for continuously poking these. I'm really afraid they're going to fall off. I used eyelash glue to stick them on. I already scratched one off. Definitely puts things in the perspective. Indeed it does. Yes. It's like my first boyfriend. I remember like he had like a really, really happy home life. Like, really got along with his parents, really got along with all his siblings. He had a lot of siblings. He had like 4 motherfucking siblings. And he was boring as shit. And like couldn't be sarcastic about anything. I don't think I do, but you only put undiagnosed and I think I do. And okay. Well, Cultured. Don't know what to tell you there. No loads refuse condom opening. Shut up. Would you say risk something even though you already know the possible outcome? I mean, that's incredibly vague. But the way I look at taking risks is I will always be on the side of taking the risk. Obviously, it's not a risk if you're 100% sure it's going to fail. Then you're just setting yourself up for failure. But I would always rather take the risk than worry and have anxiety about what if I didn't, because for me, that is a much worse feeling than the actual anxiety of taking the risk. It's not turbulent, but I feel you. I mean, it can be in a way. It doesn't have to be actively turbulent, Neglect is turbulence. Option, the politics option. I'm just trying to simplify it, like I said. Not have fun by challenging yourself. Indeed. Do you fix snacks? What do you mean snacks? Like snack doc from chat? But yeah, like for example, like moving across the country was very scary. And I definitely called it a risk, even though I was also excited to do it, but it was definitely scary, like, oh, thank you for the follow. But yeah, even someone like me, and I have a lot of wanderlust, so like it was something I kind of always knew I was gonna do. I still had like a lot of anxiety about, moving away from everything I've ever known, the only parent I've ever had, but I was like, it was just like very black and white still in my mind, because I'm like, if I didn't take the risk of doing it, I'd think my whole life, what if I did it, right? And that's a very annoying feeling. He fixed your snack? Oh, what snack? My children are gonna be complete assholes. Well, hopefully you can give them some perspective and everything. He is really good. Oh, your snack? That's cute. But no, I mean, like, I'm not one of those people who, like, when they have kids in the future, they're like, I fucking suffered, so my kids need to suffer. Like, that shit is so whack. Like, the point of, like, learning from your life is to give them a better life. Like, the life that you should have had, right? Hello, Jed. Jed, I thought of you this morning because I watched some TikToks, and I saw this TikTok of Edgars in Paris. And it was these two Edgars just running around the Eiffel Tower, and they looked really happy. Where'd you go before? I'm from Maryland. Even eat a mouse. I still feel sad every day. You know, you're working on it. 'Tis a long journey. You are still young. Even if you're not young, you know, it do be taking time. I did the census thank you, Culture. I hope you didn't fucking lie. Culture admitted to me about lying on the census, last census. Like, at least I guess he was honest, but also simultaneously a fucking liar. And can you guys guess what he lied about? Yeah, he said he wasn't a virgin when we know he is. Like, why would you lie about that? But then luckily, Junie isn't a virgin and pretended he was for fun. So it evened them out. How they grab their hair. I didn't lie this time, honestly. You better not. I'm trying to get accurate statistics. Maybe he's lying about being a virgin. Once again, sticking your dick in a Genshin body pillow does not count. I'm also a virgin. I'd believe you on that, Benji. Sure, you too, Killa. That's like when fucking Tired Beaver was like, do you think, he's like, you think I'm a virgin? Where I'm like, we know it. I'm one. Well, yeah, I mean, you're like 4 years old. I'd fucking hope so. God. Did the moving increase your confidence? It did. It really did. Because even though I felt like I'm already a pretty socially skilled individual, just seeing myself make so many friends and connections that had no connection at all to the few people that I knew here before, I was like, pop off. Like, good for me, honestly. I got the clip, indeed. That is the clip. Yeah, I feel like every time I've taken a risk, it's pretty much always paid off, yeah. And it's increased my confidence every time, which I feel like is the point of them. So, you know, so much when I turn 20, I mean, that's still a whiles away. Oh, do you know him, Josh? Oh, cute. How do you make connections outside of work? How? A lot of it's just chance, but you just have to, like, reach out. If you feel like a basic connection, like a light connection, you just have to reach out and put the effort in. Also, just like sign up for a bunch of shit. Like, I've met people that live in my apartment building that I become good friends with. I've met people on the button. I've met people that were at like parties and stuff that I become like good friends with. You know, like, you just have to do it, right? It's a friend. Oh, that's stunning. It's a friend. Hydrate. Cheers. Talk to random people and it doesn't feel awkward to do so. I know, like, I'm not shitting on people, and I get it's hard to make friends like post college and shit, but there's so many people that talk to me about this on here and in real life, and they're just like, oh my god, like, I want to make friends so much, but it's so hard, and then they just like don't speak to anyone they don't already know, and I'm like, you did hello? You live on the West Coast? I do. Have you made friends with any crackheads? I don't know if it counts as a friendship, but next to my old apartment building, I don't think he was a crackhead. Maybe. He was just this really nice homeless man. I'd buy him lunch sometimes, and I feel like we were kind of homies. Because he was right by this H Mart as well. So I'd get him like a kimchi fried rice when I'd go in to get my morning curry bun. Thank you, Cam. Good night, cheese. Yes, I'll give you the Keshi concert rundown. Simply begin, indeed. What percentage of connections do you think you initiated versus the other person initiated? That's a good question. I can't really quantify that. I would say it's relatively equal. I would say, like, I think people are pretty drawn to me. So I think a lot of times people will, like, walk up to me first maybe and talk. But I think I kind of take a hold of the conversation, if that makes sense, and continue it on longer. Thank you, absent-minded. Turns out he's the CEO of H Mart. He could be. H Mart. They live in a suburb, part of a club. What are you wearing at concert? Thank you for the follow. I'm wearing this skirt and this shirt, and then I'm wearing like these sweater boots, like these over-the-knee sweater boots. Yeah, score edibles. Dude, I live in Seattle. You can get edibles anywhere, but, you know, I don't smoke or take edibles. To each their own. Or two-way, to be fair. Exactly. Yeah, so I can't really say it was like, I've never had someone like hunt me down and only put in all the effort to be my friend, because that wouldn't be fair, and then I've never done that to someone either. It needs to be relatively balanced. Thank you, Edgar. Thank you. Oh, God, Lord. Take hold of the conversation. It's not a strategy game. No, it's not that. It's just like I talk a lot and I feel like I'm good at talking to people. So like I'm always like that person quite often. And sometimes it is a little bit exhausting in a group where like you know those situations, you guys might not be this person, but you know like those situations when your friends are like having like a gathering, right? Or they're going out to do something and they're getting together like a little group, maybe like 5, 6, 7 people. And a lot of times I've literally had my friends be like, oh, can you come to this thing? And I'm like, oh, I'm kind of tired. I don't know if I want to go. And they're like, no, like, please come. And I'm like, why? Like, why can't you just invite X person? And they're like, because they're awkward. I need you there to like foster conversation between a couple people who don't know each other. I'm just like, fuck. Like sometimes I don't want to do that because I'm tired, but that is like the role that I have. So yeah, it's legal there. It is. Taking the cat, I take my cats everywhere. Don't ruin your cat. My cats love me. Can you easily get bored? Depending what it is. You're just a tool for making convo. Literally, bitch. But yeah, like I often give that role to myself a lot too. Like I am like sitting at like a fucking like little pregame or something and I can feel like an awkward silence coming. So it's always like maybe me or one other person who have to like take a hold of it. But it's okay. At the end of the day, I like having that role or not. You are my comfort person. Oh, Joy. That's like one of my favorite things that's been said to me in the year of 2023. I'm the awkward fan. Yeah, that's fine. Has your cat ever licked you? Oh yeah, they lick you all the time. If you just hold your hand up, they lick you. But yeah, I mean, one of my friends, she moved away pretty early. She moved to Cali. And I was like asking her how she's planning to make new friends because she's really introverted and she doesn't know anyone there. And she's like, oh, hopefully I just find another person like you who is really extroverted and adopts me and can like introduce me to all their friends. And I'm like, I get your point, but you do have to do some of the labor on your own. Like, that's not going to work forever. Oh, Joy. I'm not your comfort person, for fuck's sake. My emotional support person. I rebel the awkward silence. Yeah, and as you get to know people more, you can be in silence with them. That's more of like an early stage thing. Are you afraid of silences? No. I was just getting to that. It's just like when you don't know, when you're at like a little gathering, right? Like before like a party or something. Like you're not just going to sit there when people don't know each other that much. You're supposed to like talk, get to know each other, play games, you know, whatever the fuck. But with people I'm closer with, like I'm fine with just like sitting there like on my phone or like staring out the window in the car, right? Try that, didn't work. I've drawn errands right now. Do I have permission to leave? Yes, sir, Cultured. You talk a lot? I do. I mean, if you're doing a just chatting stream, don't you have to talk a lot? Like, what do you want me to do? This? Does it make you uncomfortable? It should. Scared of socializing with random people? Everyone is. You just do it eventually. Are any of your close friends someone the opposite you are? I would actually say the larger chunk of my close friends are introverts. I mean, Joy's quite an introvert, for example. Like 60%, but they're not like insane introverts. Like they'll still like go out and shit. But yeah, they definitely lean more introverted. Like 60% introverts, 65, 70. I have like some friends who are like fake extroverts too. Like I'd say Hania is like a fake extrovert. Till the other person leaves. Socializing is fun. How much do you weigh? Like 125 last time I checked. I love the way cats clean themselves. Yeah, when my... Oh, I know. Look at him chilling. Like, look at him lounging. Look how beautiful and white and fluffy his tummy looks. He looks like an angel. Hello, Yoda. How are you doing? Are you still being normal? You haven't said anything weird like the last 3 times you've come into chat. I'm proud of you. You're like a reformed Twitch freak. Bye, Cultured. Oh, you're beautiful, big boy. But no, like, look how he, like, you can tell this is a confident being. Like, he truly has no insecurities. He doesn't ever wonder if he has a right to occupy the space he occupies. Like, he's just out here, his whole body out, his whole tummy out, comfortable as fuck. Because when cats show their stomach, that means they feel safe, because that's where all their vital organs are. So if they're showing tummy, that means they're in an environment where they feel like they won't get attacked. The quality of stream goes down so much when Cultured leaves. Well, because he's your fucking boyfriend. I'm sorry, I create a lot of relationships. I don't know what to do. I'm trying to be normal. What made you want to reform yourself from a Twitch demon to like a relatively normal human being? Is that how you want your man lounging and licking himself? No. I prefer him not to fucking lick himself. Actually in all cases. I don't know what case that'd be normal. Oh no, we commented on his tummy too much. Now he said we can't see the glory that is his stomach. Okay, I think it might be time for me to make my mixy mix. How exciting. Why you're so jealous of my my romances? I'm not. I've told you guys lately. I've been like wingmanning the fuck up. Like I hooked up 2 of my friends. We'll see if they go on a date, but one of them is being difficult, but they're both technically down. I got my friend his first Hinge match yesterday. Like I'm fucking, you know, as horror season approaches, as summer approaches, I'm out here for the homies and everything. And me and Ternetto as well. You guys are still like the same person in my brain, honestly. Especially that you're both from like upstate. Can you find me an Asian girlfriend? I'm not picky. No. Any non-Asian man who asks me to find him an Asian girlfriend, I'm gonna fucking call the police on. And then chain in my basement and then lose the key. Okay, but yeah, let's make our mixy mixy. Wait, hold on. I just got a text from T-Cards. I need your help then. Thank you, Ron. Well, if you guys are beyond helping and you're crazy as fuck, I don't know what to say. Oh god, apparently there's like, are kids even allowed to go to the Keshi concert? What's wrong with having a preference? There's nothing technically wrong with having a preference, but when you're in, I'm not going to go over this again because I feel like we have to use every fucking stream. When you're aggressively like asking for a partner not of your race, it really comes off like you have a fetish, which a lot of times you do, and it comes off being like, oh, like I want them because of their race and not because of them as a person. You know what I mean? Yes. It's okay. I'm sorry. Yes. So, you know, like it's fine if you're like, oh, visually I kind of like how, you know, this group of people look. But it's a totally different story when you just say, because if you say, I just want X insert race here, it sounds like you just want them because of their race. I want muscular women, fair. He just wants to get beat the fuck up. Like a pimp. Don't you work for a living? How are you always streaming so early? I work on East Coast time, and I also kind of have a pretty flexible schedule. That's why I'm always awake and asleep at demonic times. It actually, that's also why I'm always tired. But to be fair, I've been an insomniac my entire life, and I, probably sleep maybe like if I sleep 5 hours, I say it's a pretty successful night of sleep, honestly. Do you know the most kind of, oh god, IQ please. I'm actually gonna ban that fact because I can't keep hearing it. What do you have fun bringing up my childhood trauma? Do you? All right, let me get a cup. Is there anything like Euro fever? Oh, I'm sure. I mean, there's fever for everyone, honestly. It just there's more for some groups than others. Let me get a fun glass. Where's my wine glass? Yay. Okay, we got the wine glass. We got the club soda. We got the lime. We got the vodka. Woohoo! Okay, so we're gonna make a little cocktail because I want a little buzz when I go to Keshi, so I'm just gonna keep a buzz going. So I'm gonna make an extremely basic and boring cocktail. I'm going to make a vodka soda. A vodka soda does not mean it's with like soda like Coke or whatever. A vodka soda is like seltzer water. Shout out to my girl Jen M for telling me about vodka sodas. Pretty low calorie, pretty good if you don't like sweet things, yes. Yes, he's just making a meme. Okay, so what did I get? I'll say a fact about myself. I hate tequila. It gets me way too fucked up. I just got some shitty ass, cheap ass Smirnoff. Is that a White Claw? No. From Smirnoff. Because my mom always tells me, or she's been telling me lately, she's like, especially if you're gonna drink, I'd really prefer you to just drink straight, clear vodka because it's not as aggressive as the other things per se. And apparently like the sugar in wines is very irritating for people who have high histamine levels, which I do. So yeah, I miss white wine. I like white wine overall, as long as it's not too sweet. So yeah, we're gonna take some Smirnoff. Smirnoff is gross, but it's cheap and I don't give a fuck. Put a glug in here. Isn't White Claw vodka soda? Yeah, pretty much, but it also has flavoring in it and stuff. And I feel like it's really heavy on the soda aspect. So that it's like a lot of times, especially if you have a higher tolerance like I do, you just drink a lot of White Claws and then you're like barely tipsy or not tipsy at all. And then you just feel like really full and really, really bubbly. This is just club soda. Smirnoff, it's 18 here. For this, which is a fifth, I paid, yeah, $17.99. So yeah, for health reasons. No, I mean, pure vodka is not as bad as, like, clears are not as bad for you as darks, is what I'm saying. I'm not saying it's, like, healthy for you. And get some club soda and everything. That's Canada Dry. Well, it's Canada Dry brand club soda, but it's not, like, it's not Canada Dry the soda. Cruise with only Twitch viewers? No, no, no. Someone mentioned that before. Where there's no escape? That sounds horrible. And then this is a lime with a piece of cilantro stuck to it. From my citrus plate that I keep. Need more soda? Well, let me see. Have you tried Bloody Mary? It's okay. It's okay. I don't like how they put meat in it. Canada Wet. Oh, and hello, Mac. Okay. Oh god, this is a juicy lime. It just fucking squirted on me. Okay, let me taste. I might need more soda. It's actually really not that bad, honestly. I might just add a little bit more in to make it slightly more bearable. Actually, you know what? I'm not a bitch. Mama did not raise a bitch. Cheers. So yeah, I'm just gonna sip this for the rest of stream. And then this is incredibly degenerate, but I'm not trying to buy a fucking $15 cocktail at the venue. So I'm just gonna, when I'm in the Uber, put literally this exact thing in a water bottle, drink a second one, and then call it a day. Can you taste the cilantro? No, I can't taste the cilantro. I do love cilantro though. Because it's like, people are like, oh, that's so degenerate. And I'm like, okay, so what are you gonna do then? They're like, oh, I'm gonna wait 40 minutes in line to buy a $15 aggressively watered down sugary ass cocktail at the venue. Like, I'm not doing that. And the common name is actually Mohammed. Yeah, that makes sense. Cheers. Yeah, he's dropping facts today. That's smart. We're out here saving money, bitch. Yeah, and I've had the cocktails at that venue, bruh. Actually, they do water them down, but this one time, the bar, I went to see a rave there. I went to see, I think it was Zed is Dead or something, whatever. I had a free ticket. I keep getting offered free tickets and shit for some reason. And I was like, okay, I want to get tipsy. So I bought a cocktail, super watered down. Went to go buy another cocktail, and I was just like, it was the lady making the drinks was like, thank you for the follow. Super chill, like fucking like 70-year-old white lady. Like, I feel like she was just there, like she was bored. Like it was her retirement job or something. And she was just vibing. And I just was like, I leaned over the counter a little bit. I was like, hey, like the last one they made me, I swear it only had like a quarter of a shot in it. Can you like get me like lit off this one? Like I'm trying to get fucked up. And then like her old Meemaw voice, she's like, oh, sweetie, I got you. And then she gives me like, I regretted it, like the most heinous, strongest cocktail. I think she just gave me like a glass of tequila with like this much soda in it. And I was just drinking it like, I don't think I finished it at the end of the day. Season concert go. I honestly don't go to many concerts. I don't go to that many raves either. Like, I feel like I've been to like, in the last year, maybe I went to 3 or 4. Microplastics and pet bottles, and how are you trying to avoid them? Oh my god, you sound like my mom. Please, I can't do the microplastic talk right now. I'm trying to have a good day. Walmart greeters went to work? Maybe, I don't know. Meow, meow. Do you go clubbing? Yeah, sometimes, if like the vibe is right and the group is right. Like I always say, it's not like about the activity, it's about like who you're going with and if the vibe is correct. Here's where is a decent bit. Can you meow, Dr. Dilly? But yeah, hopefully the lady who is the bartender there, the old lady, she was just doing it for a fun retirement job. Because it does make me really sad when I see people who are like 70 years old and they need to like be like a Walmart cashier to survive. Like, that's fucked. But I have also met old people who just get jobs because they're so bored they're going to shoot themselves. Which is fair. I was 29, yeah, I was like, and I'm 23. Oh, what was the rave? The last rave I went to was, I guess it was Boo, which is like the music festival. And then last year, the raves I went to, I went to Jaws in DC. I don't even like Jaws, but my friend really wanted to go just so we could like spend time together. And then I've been to Gareth Emery, which I don't know. I went to Zed is Dead. That was also okay. I actually haven't been to an artist I like a lot in a while. Yes, do the census. It was Odessa at a music fest. Oh, okay, I see. Cheers. All right, let's do a fat chug. Give me a word of motivation. Everyone, it's Monday, so most people aren't drinking unless you're drinking like a after work cocktail. Drink some water. I miss the 2010s. Sir, were you even alive then? Cheers, Takeshi and Friends Facts. Blech. Oh god. You know what? That's okay. If I drink too much soda water, it's gonna taste like shit. I may just stream hello Eduardo. But yeah, I started drinking because I remember, do you guys know who Jen Im is? Probably not. But she was like a really prominent fashion creator. If you're like my age and you're like a girl, especially like a little Asian girl, you definitely watch Jen Im. And now she's like a lifestyle creator. Still does some fashion content, but mostly like lifestyle cooking because she's like married with a kid now. And her go-to when she said that she was trying to make sure she stayed like relatively fit was a vodka soda, because it's like quite low calorie. It's like, if it's a full shot of vodka, it's just 100 calories for a vodka soda. And she's like, yeah, and I just have my one vodka soda and then I'm good for the night. And I'm like, good for you, bitch. One vodka soda, bitch. I'll need to drink at least 3 on an empty stomach to be good for the night. Like, jealous as fuck. What are you drinking? I'm drinking vodka soda. I watched her when I was younger. I followed her now. Oh, really? Rave again this weekend? Wait, what rave are you going to? Wait, Snack Doc, did you go to Seven Lions? I'm having some soju. Ooh, what flavor? I'm Viet too. I have a cousin who's half like you. Oh, cool. Where in Vietnam is your family from, Dilly? But yeah, I guess because for her, she's so tiny. Like, she's like 5'1". Not like, though sometimes small people have really high tolerances, but she doesn't. So she's like, yeah, I just get tipsy, kind of drunk off my one vodka soda. I'm like, the amount of money I would pay to get drunk off one vodka soda is sickening. I'm like the Yuri thing. I don't like Seven Lions either, Snack Doc, but I almost went. Just because the free tickets. It was the southern parts. It's always the southern parts. I am northern. I've actually only met like one other northern person like in America. They moved to Louisiana. That's a very random place to move to. My family left Vietnam. They moved to Northern Virginia, DC area. Yeah. Really on holidays, not work. I started tearing up. I gave him money. Yeah, that's sweet. In the 70s? Ah, yes. Is she the YouTuber that looks tall in her pictures? Yes. Well, she's like always the example I think of, but a lot of short YouTubers do that. But yeah, I was so shook that she wasn't like at least my height. Shrimpers and fishermen. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Well, cheers. I don't know much about Louisiana besides like shellfish, but pop off. Yeah, it kind of sucks for Viet immigrant/refugee families that came to places that weren't like Cali, because they're so concentrated, like Cali and the West Coast, that like, when my family immigrated to the East Coast, they were like completely alone and just with white people, which was, definitely not as fun for them overall. But they kind of had to go to DC because the jobs they were being offered, so indeed. We're not talking about Virginia, Migo. We're talking about Vietnam. So I think we have a good amount of Viet chatters here, honestly, because I noticed that like the tag I'm found the most through out of all the tags I use is the Vietnam tag. But yeah, so most Vietnamese people that you see in diaspora, like you see out of the country, are Southern. So to see Northern people is pretty rare. Northern people don't leave Vietnam as much. So yeah. So like whenever I say I'm Northern, or like I say a word in a Northern accent, people are like, oh god. Do you like smoked salmon? I fucking love smoked salmon. Oh my fucking god. With like some avocado or some cream cheese, or like a poached egg. Oh my, I don't eat it because it's overpriced. But when I go home to visit my mommy buys it for me. I have such a great time. Oh, also, one of her patients buys her like $100 in smoked salmon sometimes as a gift. First time, and they thought I was native. Exactly. Oh my god, hello Parm, hello Kenny. Both of you guys fill out the census, especially since you're longtime chatters. I am a cowboy, yeah. But no, yeah, a lot of my mom's patients, they like really love her because they've been going to see her fucking forever. So they give her crazy fucking gifts. Like literally crazy gifts, like $100 in smoked salmon. The fuck? Like, why would you buy that much smoked salmon? It's for me. Well, she's part Jewish, so... Well, here's the thing. My mom, even though my mom isn't my Jewish parent, my mom's my Viet parent, my mom's practice is really popular amongst the Orthodox Jewish community in Maryland. And they literally are, like, such a huge chunk of her business. And they all know about her through word of mouth. My mom doesn't do, like, any, like, advertising online. She doesn't have a website, like, nothing like that. And they, like... the Orthodox Jews of Maryland have really funded my life. So shout out to them. Here to represent the underrepresented gays. Facts. What does your mom do? My mom's an acupuncturist. She has her own practice. But yeah, so they really out here. And some longtime customers would give my dad gifts. Like I know my mom gets like, sometimes she'd be getting big ass gifts. Like, yeah, like hundreds of dollars or all this other crazy shit. A lot of times she just pawns it off on me. Was Vietnam North and South, like Korea right now? No, it definitely wasn't as serious. It wasn't like it was not as, you know, dictated over, if that makes sense. Like North Korea is incredibly extreme. I mean, Northern Vietnam won the conflict, so now Vietnam is a dictatorship, but it's obviously nothing like, it's not as bad as North Korea. It's not even comparable. Like, it's, you know, you can go there, you can have like a decent life, you can travel, all that. My mom gets gifts from her patients too. My mom has like a lot of patients that have like crushes on her, and that really bothers me. Especially sometimes when she's told me like some weird things some of them have said to her, because they're like these like middle-aged to older men, and then I guess like they get some attachment to like their healthcare professional because they see her as so caring, but like she's just being caring because that's her job and because she's a nice person. But I won't get into it, but a couple of the things she's told me they've said to her, like, I'm actually planning to kill them. So you know, if I ever go to jail, I have a list of some old white Baltimore men to hit for my mom. I can take one whiskey sour and modestly waste it a year. Oh, I see. The middle-aged men, they're not even that middle-aged. They're like in their 50s. My mom's in her 60s, but like my mom looks young, and then she's also like, I mean, like all Asian people always look younger. So like the white people, they think she's like their age or younger. So yeah. Arya Stark over here. It's so disgusting. And my mom is like she's overly like nice and polite, and she doesn't know how to like fully set boundaries. So like, yeah. Like she told me this one time, she walked into the treatment room and there's this guy who's one of her long-term patients. His wife is also one of her long-term patients, right? And the wife is like super, super sweet. Like my mom loves her. And then she just like takes the husband on because she's like, whatever, she loves his wife. And the man was like fucking jacking his dick. Like, when she opened up the treatment room. Like, what the fuck? Like, I'm fucking, we're putting him through the meat grinder. Is that water? No, it's a vodka soda. Deaf people have fantasy. That's horrible. I know, like, my poor little sweet, like, mother who's just, like, trying to run her business and shit. Like, even if it wasn't to her, like, that's so disgusting and inappropriate. Dependent men are the worst. Yeah, and I'm like, does his wife not know he's so gross and horrible? And she's like, no, I don't think so. Like, he acts really different in front of his wife. And I'm like, dude, you need to learn how to, like, set boundaries. Like, if I was the practitioner and that was my patient, I would just be like, they could never come back to my practice ever again. But then because my mom, like, is like, oh, his wife would wonder why, and I don't want to upset their marriage. And I'm like, bro, fuck their marriage at this point. My dude, is Elisa done in the bathroom? I know! Or wait till he left. Like, who is out here getting horny when it comes to acupuncture? Are you really getting horny when you're about to get stabbed with some needles? Not that it hurts that much. I don't want people to think acupuncture is super painful. It's not. But still, so inappropriate. What happened? I was talking about, like, weird things that happened to my mom at work, and this one time she opened up one of her treatment rooms, and this dude was, like, fucking jacking off in it. Like, her patient, who was, like, sitting in there waiting for her. You know, it's like when you go to any medical practice, they put you in the room, and they're like, okay, I'll be back in, like, 5 minutes. The guy do it multiple times. I think it was, like, once or twice. You should get into acupuncture. I mean, I get acupuncture when I'm at home all the time, because my mom's an acupuncturist. But I would never become an acupuncturist. Healthcare is not for me. You need to really, really be into it, and I'm not into it. I think what they do is great. Should have put in a horny jail for real. God just creates anybody nowadays. Hydrate, cheers. I never understand people fat. Literally, like, wait till you get home. It is not hard. Why are you fondling the glass? I'm just like a really fidgety person. Don't you fidget sometimes? And I like how smooth it feels. I'll personally fill out the superior census response than everyone else. Okay. I mean, go for it. Cheers. Bruh, this is what I do to, like, not have a headache and not drink something overly caloric. Like, you ever just, like, see a drink, like, you get a mixed drink at a bar and you see the color of it and you're like, bro, my head's gonna be pounding in the morning, even if I don't get drunk. Why is there no nationality in census? You're right, I should have put that in. I guess I just didn't want to overdo the questions, and I can honestly also look at that with some Twitch plugins, even though, so yeah, I was just like, whatever. Caused stall when I was in high school? Ew. We don't use race in the EU. We're all nationalists. Oh god. That's just what I overheard. Well, sometimes people have the same race, same ethnicity as their nationality, but not always. Politics, government field, in the workplace. Okay, I can't put in every question ever in the census. It's already very long. I'm sure we'll do a part 3, a part 4, a part 5, all of these, and then I will put in new questions each time. But yeah, no, everywhere needs to teach sex ed. Speaking of weird shit that happened in your high school, my high school had like a big stairwell and it had a big circular window at the top of it, almost like a clock tower. And apparently people were fucking on the stairwell, which is insane because the stairwell is like the center of the school. There's a lot of natural light coming in. It's psychotic. Please, God. Okay, cheers. Yeah, the no, if you guys know what we're talking about, do command census, fill out the census. The no loads refused question is, it's like a moral conundrum, right? That's normal for high school. No, that's not normal for high school. It is not normal to fuck inside of your high school, at least not in a open space. Like, okay, I've obviously never fucked in my high school. The only place I fucked around in my high school was the dark room, like in photography, like the development room, because I was part of the program and everything. But that's like secluded, alone. Like, that makes sense still. US is weird indeed. Who's my favorite mod? That's for you to decide. That's for you to decide. Many questionable questions in the census. It makes it fun. Cheers. How do you guys, I've asked this many times, but I still want to hear more. How do you say cheers in your languages? Intercourse when we're in the, that's what I'm saying, Bowser. Like, that's not normal. That's not super common. That's wild. Then I got sex ed book from a doctor. I got home with my parents. Oh my god, Eduardo, that fucking sucks. I'm so sorry. Like, it's so wild how people are so against teaching sex ed. Like, if you don't want your kids to have sex, if anything, teaching sex ed will probably prevent that more than anything. Hey yo, do you spend a lot of money when you go to a bar or restaurant? No, definitely not. I am a cheap bitch as much as I can be. Also, I've been cooking a lot more because I am pretty strapped at thy moment overall. Bye, Miguel. But yeah, another thing my friend has been doing, which is super funny, and he made up a term for it. It's called car bar. So it's like when we go out and everything, you don't want to buy like a bunch of drinks at the bar, especially if you're like a higher tolerance person. So he's like, what do you want for the car bar is what he asked me last week, and we were laughing so hard. So it's just like we park, and once we're parked and no one's driving, then we just take a couple chugs, and then when we go inside we just get like one little drink or like something like that. So I say hem chime a cheek big shoot. Cheers in Viet is mo hai ba yo. 1 2 3 cheers. Is a nickname for Ed Sheeran? No please. Ed Sheeran, my sleep paralysis demon. For the car bar. Thank you, BFF. I appreciate it. Only $150? Damn, do you live near Vegas? 2 to 3 bottles of soju free? Goddamn. Wait, you didn't tell me, Eduardo, what flavor? I personally do unflavored, but back when I was really into flavored soju, I would go green grape. Green grape was like my flavor. Pre-gaming, yeah, exactly. I got some good stream suggestions. Ooh, I'm excited, Parm. Watermelon? I've actually never seen watermelon flavored soju. But yeah, no, I didn't realize I said this, but like 2 weeks ago, we were in the car bar, right? So like we had 5, you know, it's just like, it's an Accord, Honda Accord for that specific friend. So just 5 people in the car bar, and my friend bought Jameson. And a lot of people hate it. It's like either you love Jameson, you're literally a degenerate, or you hate Jameson and you're a normal person. Aw, thank you for the biddies as well. And that's the boat I'm in. And then my friend, I took a sip of it, I'm like, ew, but fine, whatever. And then I gave it to my friend, I'm like, yo, take a sip of Jameson. And she's like, oh, I don't want to take the Jameson, Serena. And then I'm like, but it's free. And then I'm like, it's free, you have to drink it. And then my friend who owns the car turned around, he's like, it's free because I bought it. And I'm like, oh. My apologies. I love Jameson. Oh, you're really Viet. I gamble enough, get okay deals on hotels. Oh, I see. You're welcome. I'm helping. Thank you. You're going to a bar? No, I'm not going to a bar. We were talking about the term car bar. I just thought it was so funny when I heard that. Car bar. Who needs food in Vegas? But doesn't Vegas apparently have good restaurants? I don't know. Like, when I go to Vegas, the fuck should I do when we're not at TwitchCon? Like, because my friends and I, we don't gamble. So, like, what should we do? Oh, you're beautiful, Nugget. Cheers. But yeah, the car bar does not mean you should drink while you're driving. You drink in the car bar when the car is parked, and you know you're going to be there for hours. Vegas is shit, I hear that a lot. Go to a brothel? Nar. Free cocktails when you gamble, but then you spend money gambling. So is it free? I can find you in person. Oh my god, let's gamble. We can do slots. Posture check. I know it was. Seal your home, glass of chilled water. Asian people love to go. I know. When you go to like casinos anywhere, instead of it, because you know most places, if they show multiple languages on signage, it's English, French, Spanish. If you go to casinos, like when I was at Maryland Live Casino, it was English, Korean, Mandarin, and Viet. And I was like, oh my fucking god. Our people, like my uncle was in jail for like gambling. I don't know how you get arrested for that, but they do. They like that. Go to a club, watch a show, free if you control it. All I see is old people and Asians in casinos. Yeah, they love like holding on to the idea of like getting rich quick, like the hopefulness per se and everything. I'm not shitting on gambling like that. I mean, I play Genshin Impact, but still, so important. Asian people don't have a good stock market. It's just because a lot of like Asian countries have gone through strife recently, so a lot of people come here as like poor immigrants or refugees. So this idea of like getting lucky and getting rich immediately is like such a dream to hold on to. You know what I mean? Oh, is Britney Spears? I'm not sure. One too much. Coca-Cola merch store or something like that. Okay, I see. Oh my god. Hello, Kisu. Wait. Should I check your tech? Don't bring any non-transparent oh, yeah. I mean, I don't bring bags anyways. Help, come when you can. Okay, I'll come right after stream. I'm gonna probably just take an Uber because I'm too lazy to, I'm taking a train, taking an Uber, because if I didn't take the train, or if I did take an Uber, if I took the train, I'd have to walk through Pioneer Square, 13 minutes, alone. And I don't want to die. So, you know. Surrounded by high schoolers eavesdropping about first period. Oh my god, T-cards. Are you going to see any of your students? I didn't know high schoolers listened to Keshi. I knew college kids did, because I'm not very far out of college, but I wasn't sure. Success is a series of small wins, usually. Cheers. Oh, Kisu, T-cards. Do any of you and your friends want vodka soda in a water bottle? Let me know if you want a portable cocktail. It's clear, and it looks like a water bottle. If I see any of my students, I'm retiring. That is fair. How much is an Uber? It's like 21 when I check, so not bad. But I'm also like cheap. So I'll see. Let me ask. Yeah, let me know. I have some emptied water bottles that I washed out because like that's so much better than buying a drink at the venue. In stocks, but it'll take me 15 years to make my first million. Yeah. Okay. Well, don't put all your shit in that. But I do have an investment account. But it does not have a lot of money in it. It's just one of my mom's regular patients is an investment banker, and he offered to give me advice on where to put it. But I only put $1,200 in it. Yeah, 12 or 15. Indeed. Yeah, and then I was on the phone with him. It was a really funny conversation. He was like, "Wait, how old are you?" And at the time I was 22. I was like, "Oh, I'm 22. I'm born in 1998." And he's like, "Oh, okay, yeah, I knew your mom had kids really late, so I knew her kids were supposed to be millennials, but I wasn't sure if you were a millennial." I'm like, no, I'm not a millennial. I'm technically Gen Z. And then he was like, good. I literally verbatim. He was like, I fucking hate millennials. They're so fucking annoying. And I'm like, oh shit, goddamn. He's like, good for you. And I'm like, thank you. I only made the cutoff by 2 years, but I'm glad you don't hate me. 20K, oh my god. ET phone home. I went to a ET themed bubble tea place out the wharf in DC. It was pretty good. I got like an oat latte or something like that. Fuck the millennials, bitch. Because of Chat GPT. Joy used Chat GPT recently to create a Japan itinerary off the information I gave her. Because I gave her like this long list of things to do in Japan and like what I remembered. Like my favorite restaurants and stuff, but anything that I create will always be like messy and always have weird notes everywhere because that's just how my brain works. So yeah, it's my age is 24. I'm a millennial. It's okay. T-cards. You're a young millennial. Young millennials and old Gen Z. We are together in our own confusing little generation. The people I don't like are the millennials or the Gen Z. I'm just memeing. Artificial reasons to hate each other pains my heart. I agree, but we're just memeing overall. Except when I'm talking about my brother. So my brother's definitely a millennial. He's born in 92, the end of 92. And he always talks about how much he hates like modern day slang and shit. He's like, oh my god, I heard someone say lit. I'm gonna kill myself. But then he also is like simultaneously the cringiest person ever. So yeah, fuck you too. 99, T9. No, I'm 1998 actually. I am Gen Z. Lol. Yeah, I mean, I get what you mean, IQ. It's like fun and fine to joke about, but then sometimes people like attach too much of their identity to it. They take it too seriously. It actually creates division. Yeah, yeah, yeah. U98, why? Year of the Tiger. Great year, I guess. The fuck happened in 98? I don't know. Cheersies. Salud. My brother's so cringe. He's 33 and yells YOLO. Exactly. You're old. Aren't I only a year older than you? Aren't you 99? How old are you? Once again, age is just a perspective. But once again, I'm okay with coming to be 25 this year. It hurts, but I've made my peace with it. If I looked old, would I have made my peace with it? Maybe not. But that's not the reality. I'm 22, I see. I think old people think millennials are entitled. I always thought YOLO was a Gen Z thing. No, dude. That's like a hardcore millennial thing. A Gen Z thing is like W, Riz, Pog, I don't know. Someone help me, please. What else is it? But yeah, I was like very anxious like a year ago about like hitting my mid-20s. But now that I'm really hitting the apex of my mid-20s at the end of this month, when I'm going to be 25, I kind of just came to peace with it. I'm like, I don't give that much of a fuck, which I think is cool. I think also maybe just because like most of my friends are like around my age as well. But YOLO's a Drake thing. Oh, that makes it even cringier, honestly. You know what else is a Drake thing? Trying to rizz up like 14-year-olds. That's not cool. That's nasty. You guys remember that whole Millie Bobby Brown thing where he was like always in her DMs and everyone was like, be careful. Carnival Cruise. Interesting, Master Yoda. One of my best friends, Ashley, her grandparents are banned from Carnival cruise ships for eternity because they were getting high as fuck on the Carnival cruise ship at like 70-something years old. Oh, hello, Omega. What is up? You don't like Drake? I'm not a fan. Yes, over 20 to under 30. Wait, Drake weird. Yeah, he be texting them youngins. Banned, yes, they got banned from Carnival cruise ships forever because her grandpa was smoking weed out the porthole, and you're not allowed to smoke on a Carnival cruise ship. Actually, maybe they have like a cig smoking deck, but you're not allowed to smoke weed, especially because weed is still illegal in a lot of different places. Like, it's not even like legal in all of the US. So yeah, really like Stranger Things. W. Ashley's grandparents. I heard cruises have a lot of sexual stuff. Oh, there's literally like this really famous story about this woman who got taken off a cruise ship into a small dinghy and kidnapped and human trafficked, and then her parents got mailed pictures of her like years later. It's insane. W. Grandpa. Wait, international waters and weed is still banned. I'm really not sure how it works, but on Carnival cruise ships in general, and most cruise liners, I would assume, weed is banned. I mean, I guess that makes sense. Like, not everyone wants to smell it, but yeah, they definitely could smell that her grandpa was getting high. So, and her grandparents are like those old people that like going on cruises, so I guess it kind of sucks for them. But there are different cruise brands